Strange fruit. Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees.
I witness people being racist everywhere in this school. Many people call racial slurs to other people as well as disrespecting certain religions. Some people who disrespected Muslims, others have said racial slurs for Asians, or a lot of other people in this school that say the N-word. Whenever it's the hard R with the A, I've personally tried to educate or call out some of the people about casual racism, but they never really seem to learn their lesson. They don't care about being educated. I've witnessed people in this school say slurs and excuse it by saying that it's a joke, or try to excuse it by saying that they've also been disrespected, and they're only doing it as payback. This is very stupid and ignorant. Some people also like to joke about certain accents from certain races, and it makes me very uncomfortable. I witnessed people say, and I quote, "Shut the F up, you're illegal," to Mexicans. And I witnessed people say that we're border hoppers, also referring to Mexicans. I tend to joke about the jokes because I'm Mexican myself, and I feel like I have to laugh about it or deal with it, but it really triggers me sometimes. I witnessed black men disrespect black women just for being too dark, as if it was a bad thing. I witnessed groups disrespecting Mexicans because they think it's funny. I understand that a lot of the Mexicans here say the N-word, and a lot of them are disrespectful. For that, I do apologize on behalf of them. But that does not mean that you have to disrespect the whole race because some of their stupidity and ignorance. I witnessed multiple people disrespect African Americans by saying the N-word. It's disgusting how most of them are my race alone, being blatantly disrespectful. I think that people should be educated on these racial terms and racism in general, because I don't think they will learn with a simple, "Don't say that." Some people don't learn with their lessons when saying these things, but I'm sure they'll learn their lesson when they're being humbled somewhere else in the world. I've witnessed all these things in the halls, math classes, ELA, social studies, etc. It's everyone in the school. The funny thing about this is that most of the people who are feeling brave to say these things are literal cowards who refuse to admit that they say these things when they're being called out on the spot.
I always hear people at this school referring to people based on their race. For example, rather than just saying their name or asking their name, they'll say white boy or white girl or Asian or something along those lines. Though it might not be rude, I would be annoyed if someone called me out like this.
This isn't as bad as the other stories that will be in this video, but this one has said, I get made fun of for how white and red I am. I get called vampire, paper, whiteboard, and other insults revolving around how pale I am. As for the red part, I get easily red due to how pale I am, and people just make fun of it for how ill I look after my face goes all red. And when I try to explain to people I'm not completely white, people don't believe me and make more fun of me. This is in PE outside the hallway of the 300 building and the cafeteria area. Because I appear white, people assume I eat bad food and me and my family don't cook. I usually don't mind. I don't mind it, and gets annoying after a while. I don't even know if this counts because people often say to me that you can't be racist to a white person, or only a white person can be racist. I've even been called a colonizer in the hallway of the social studies room. This is from unknown.
One day in the cafeteria, I just got to school. A group of people, about 4 or 5, came up to me, and they were more like enemies than friends.
They started to tease me, like taking my things and eating my breakfast. That day I wasn't having it, so I started snatching my things back. They didn't like that, so they started calling me names, like the N-word, an animal, or someone that picks cotton. That just broke me. I didn't talk for the rest of the day. It was like my heart had just been shattered, and it was the first time I questioned myself and who I was.
When I was in math, person B was sitting down, and then person A stole person B's water. When person B got his water stolen, he said, "Of course, you're stealing from me because you're blank monkey." Person B went to say that only black people steal.
In the math hall, I've been catcalled by a group of black students. And when I got upset and mad at them, they replied, "It's what us N-words do to white girls like you."
There was a time in science when A was speaking and B yelled, "Shut your Mexican A up." And person B just started yelling racial slurs to person A, and they just kept going back and forth.
In the bathroom, B called A sand-hard R. And B said he was just joking around, but A said he didn't care about what he said, but he was actually hurt, but he didn't say anything to him. A just wanted to use the bathroom and wasn't even saying anything to B, but B just said that to him out of nowhere.
In the 300 building, there is a student who constantly says the N-word to me, and when I say to stop, he does it over and over again because he sees it as funny every single day.
Last year, in the 7th grade, I had been sitting in the courtyard in the Ramada when a group of girls who were at a bench next to me looked at me and began talking under their breath to each other about me. One of the girls looked at me and said, "Why are you wearing that shirt?" I'd been wearing a music artist shirt. I told them that it was because I liked the artist, but they then began to say that I was racist and started calling me names, like ugly white girl, and saying, "I hate white girls." I still don't really understand why I did, considering that I was just sitting there quiet. I didn't even know the girls.
In the beginning of the school year, I had this friend group, and I was laughing with them, and this guy who got in trouble had to come to our class. So my friends were friends with him, but anyways, he got annoyed for whatever reason and said, "Shut up, white." And since my friends were friends with him, they just started laughing and going with it. So I got mad. Why does everything have to be with race? So I poured water on him.
Person A was walking toward the buses when person B and his friends, when person C asked A, "Can you make me a shirt?" Which he was implying make cotton because A is black. This had happened between the 800 and 900 buildings. A called B a cracker and then B called A the N-word. And B was white, so it caused a pretty big argument and they started fighting. Since there was no teacher around, it ended pretty quickly because B ran away.
This school is full of racism and saying the N-word. So many times I witnessed non-black kids saying the N-word and the black kids allowing it. In reading class, student M was calling student B a monkey. Student B in return said he's illegal. And in the courtyard, two students, M and M, shouted, "What's up, N-word?" Student M was walking around going to student B and asking them to sign his N-word pass. B told W and M that they were his sons, so they could say the N-word, and W said it. During lunch, a girl said, "Give it to me, N-word," to another girl.
This has literally happened everywhere. First when I got called a vine-swinging N-word monkey in your art class, and then I get called back to the fields and stuff, and just the N-word in general. Also, they whipped me with his keychain, and every single time I go to one of my friends, he always gotta say some racist crap. Like when I'm calling someone, he gets mad and says, go pick my cotton, Blackie." And also, if you saw that purple shirt I was wearing yesterday, people said, "Of course it looks like grape juice, you monkey eat chicken lover." But it happens mostly every day, and it's usual. And I don't care really. There's a lot more, but I don't really need to say it.
Strange fruit.